Pass doesn't connect. McDonald lands a nice check. Stanko will carry it in to the Knoxville zone. Then that shot tipped in, scored! It's the captain, Matt Jansen, with his 6th goal of the year. And opens the scoring here with 12:26 to go in the first. And Knoxville able to get out of the tight spot. McKinney skates the puck right into Jansen. Then Jansen gets planted up against the backboards. And Sean Leonard may come after McKinney, and they are going to drop the gloves far side. Sean Leonard instantly tackling Dawson McKinney. I was pretty shocked that we didn't see a boarding call there, especially after Jansen was dumped up against the far corner glass last night by Murray in the same way. But Sean Leonard going right after McKinney had, in my opinion, boarded Mac Jansen. We'll see if we get a replay here. I think they're going to end up sending these guys back to the locker rooms with 4:08 to go in the first. Groom's pretty far away from the contact. He was back up near the near side blue line. But again, Jansen gets popped into the corner glass after he had shielded McKinney. We have not seen a replay in the arena yet. And we'll wait for these penalties to get worked out. This is the lone game coming in the SPHL here today. No action through the midweek this week. And back at it with a full Friday slate next week. 5 games around the league. Jansen and Price will await the calls. Now it'll be interesting to see if Leonard can dodge the instigator here, because McKinney threw his gloves just as quick, almost like he knew it was coming. I don't think Sean Leonard cornered him into that fight. And here you go. Oh, I mean, he skates right through his back. Yeah, I mean, I think it's a board, and they don't call it, and that happens. Sean Leonard, though, is not going to wait for justice to be served by the men in stripes. This time at the left wing side, Nishnikov and Marcinkiewicz mixing it up. They had each popped each other's stick, then Nishnikov kind of flung his arm with his stick outstretched towards Marcinkiewicz, didn't connect with him. He was going for his shin anyway, nothing too egregious, but something to keep an eye on. Of course, Knoxville was going after Dom often last night. And gosh, they are just slowing this down on this face-off left wing side. Roanoke finally able to win the puck off the face-off. Now Nishnikov's gonna go after Marcinkiewicz. A couple of uppercuts by Nishnikov as Dom has kept the gloves on. Nishnikov jumped it. Now Almo's twirling the man down into the near side wall. He's all over top of Inzer. Well, that should be an instigator against Nishnikov for sure. Dom never drops the gloves. Nishnikov, after they had tapped sticks back and forth, they had some full-on jumping. Dom never drops the gloves. So earlier, Sean Leonard got an instigator when Dawson McKinney was a willing opponent. And Dom's gonna go to the box here. So willing opponent McKinney, and Sean Leonard still called for an instigator. Dom Marcinkiewicz never drops the gloves. As Nishnikov, I mean, he full-on jumps him. These guys don't even know how to celebrate a goal correctly. Second period, O'Day over to Marcinkiewicz, right wing side. That pass deflected. McDade on the rebound. Stad made the save. Puck still scrambling. DeCarlo over to Filion. He scores wide open. And now we've got a scrum in front of the Knoxville net, as McDade has been jumped by basically all 3 Knoxville Ice Bears out on the ice. They're the ones that shoved him into Stad. They want the interference. And Knoxville may have more guys going. Height advantage. Carlson is still fired up, and he's given the linesman an absolute earful, and he might be booted. I think Keith Grooms just gave him the hook. Carlson was leaning over the linesman, and of course he's always going to be leaning over whoever because he's freaking 6'9", folks. To Nidal. Nidal out to Stanko. Stanko up to the top to O'Day. Back to Stanko, right wing circle. He'll go circle to circle. Jansen, that shot saved by Stead. Nidal battling for the rebound. It's cleared out to O'Day. He holds it in. Ford, that shot, he scores! What a water bottle popper by Nick Ford. A power play score by Roanoke. It's 3-1, 49 seconds into the third. I guess you can really hit guys too hard now legally. Now a pass up ahead for Nidal, who's fresh onto the ice. Across the way, Ford. He'll drop it off. O'Day back to Ford. Open net. He scores. It's his second power play goal of the period. 4-1 Dawgs. 9:32 to go in the third. Or so here in regulation. Great move by Stanko to spin away from pressure. O'Day unleashes one. He scores. Matt O'Day will point at the net as he blasts it by the glove side of Stead. It is 5-1 Rail Yard Dawgs. 9:01 to go in the third. That is a complete laser beam from Roanoke's number 15. O'Day's got 2 points on the night. That gives him 8 points in the last 3 games for Roanoke. Stanko is able to spin that puck down the wall, and now Portillo's going to jump after a man in the Roanoke zone. Sean Leonard goes right back after him. Portillo went after Tom Marcinkiewicz. Now Portillo's still going after him. Portillo's throwing uppercuts at Tom Marcinkiewicz. Sean Leonard's going to take it back to the Roanoke bench. The linesman has taken Sean Leonard all the way into the Roanoke bench, essentially. The Dawgs player is trying to hold him in. A Justin Portillo special. You got Dan Bremner right up at the stanchion, and Roanoke is throwing the equipment of Portillo, and here goes Troy Murray into the Roanoke bench. Troy Murray tried to go into the bench. Rex Moe did it last year in Roanoke. And it's a complete goon show here in Knoxville. Murray and Portillo have completely blown this game up. Murray tosses gloves with 20 guys on the Roanoke bench. Portillo went after Dom. Sean Leonard tried to stand up for him. The linesman carried Sean back to the Roanoke bench. Sean Leonard's going to catch the boot for it. A dog threw one of Portillo's gloves into the Knoxville bench. Meanwhile, Dan Bremner was wrapped around the stanchion, screaming at Andrew Harrison, who seemingly lacks the same amount of control that Brent Clark did over his team last year in Roanoke when this happened as well. Seconds left, and now Tom Marcinkiewicz has got a headshot right in front of the Knoxville bench. McDade is going to jump after the guilty party. And I can't see who McDade is on top of. McDonald and Filion trying to hold everything away. Tom Marcinkiewicz got absolutely flattened. It's McKechnie. And now McKechnie's pushing the stanchion back into the Roanoke side. And Nidal's trying to break it into the Knoxville side, it looks like almost. Robertson has broken it back the other way. It's literally coming undone, and Dan Bremner is blood red. Everyone right at the stanchions. There are not enough officials in the league to keep this from blowing up. I'm looking across the way trying to find Dom. after he's the one that took the hit. I think that he might be back through the door on the backside. McKechnie's been booted. Remains in regular. Never. Dan Bremner has been given the boot. And he'll point the one finger up to the sky towards the video board. The spotlight on Dan Bremner as he walks out, but he's got the 5-1 lead. I think he's pretty content. And if you're watching on Hockey TV, we'll go ahead and throw out this disclaimer. No, Dan Bremner is not giving Knoxville fans the finger. He is giving them the ring finger to indicate him boasting his President's Cup championship last year. So they're showing this on the replay, trying to get the fans riled up. He is pointing to his ring finger, which he is also not extending to the crowd. Fans are still booing.
Their
but
players
I will go ahead and re-emphasize in Dan Bremner's defense, he is boasting to the Knoxville faithful that he is pointing to his ring finger in reference to the President's Cup championship that his team won at the end of last season.